can get away with a lot of those things. Picking the Senna against them is going to be a good pick.
And interestingly enough, actually, JDG and Weibo Gaming actually have almost 50% win rate in the blue side and the red side against each other. And the last time that they have met in the Huya the Legend Cup 2023, they had the same similar experience. You know, it's all just up to the execution, especially in the crucial moments in the game, that you have to find that opening to land in the knockout blow against your opponent. And in this, we actually see a different banning cycle. In this, you know, Camille is open, Zoe is open. I think both of these teams want an explosive game one.
Yeah, they want a piece of the pie. And Camille and Galio being open together on the second pick, that could be a must pick for Weibo Gaming. But with Weibo, okay, Weibo not prioritizing even the Galio, doesn't even care about that combo. They want more of the CC that the Nautilus is going to be giving, and that is much way easier to pull off. That's why they went for the Nautilus rather than going for the Galio combo.
And given the history that they had against JDG, well, normally we do see in the APAC, we do see a combination of the Nautilus towards Karma, but here we do see it being combined with a lot of other champions, not just Karma, but the Lux, the Varus, and that's both of those champions are actually really good when taken here by Chi. So now JDG responding with a bit more damage to have that good synergy with a Zoe. Akali gonna be picked up, but WBG is sticking with the standard. This is the same champion that she has used when Wakeup picked up the Nautilus, the Varus and Nautilus combination that allowed them to win some of their games against JDG before.
Yeah, so with the Varus getting picked, you don't usually see a lot of Varus, honestly, but because of the playstyle that they have for Weibo Gaming, that is going to be good, especially when it's against a Zoe. Because once Zoe uses their ultimate, it's easy to predict where she's going to go. So the Chain of Corruption is always going to be landing. But with the Akali being available, Varus needs to be careful moving forward here, because whenever it's available, whenever a perfect execution is on range, he won't hesitate. Feibai won't hesitate to just go in.
And Weibo Gaming has to be very careful in using their ultimates. The Chain of Corruption, the Depth Shards, the Hextech Ultimatum, because Feibai is going to be looking for those opportunities, those windows that he can actually open through and pass through those front lines, going towards Chi and maybe Fei as well with the Akali. Nice banning as well, taking, you know, the Galio and the Rakan as well. Just having that inkling that maybe the Nautilus would go in the jungle, because Fan already had history in using this Nautilus in the jungle, and they actually had that victory against JGD before.
Yeah, and that's gonna be it, because with the Alistar getting picked, that is gonna be the Nautilus gonna be on the side of the jungle. Even though during the latest patch that we had 4.1a, Nautilus jungle has been nerfed 25% on the damage, but it's still okay. It's still workable for a fan here on the side of WBG. But on the side of JDG, just because they saw the opportunity here for Nautilus being picked, the Xin Zhao being much more aggressive compared to the Nautilus is going to be the pick for their side. So WBG has an answer too, which is, this is a lot of AD damage for the side of WBG, but they can still make this work just because of the amount of burst that they can do with just one fell swoop.
Oh man, I'm so excited for this. I can't even process that much who is gonna be winning, or who actually has the edge here in this game, given the composition itself. Both has really defined strengths and openings, and it's very similar as well towards the champs that they have used the last time that they have met. So it's just a it's basically just a continuation of that series, determining who is actually the better team in this game. First time they have met here in season 1 of the WRLA 2023. And it's so exciting to see these teams try to solidify their spot to whoever opponent comes in their paths. Will it be Weibo Gaming or will it be JD Gaming?
Yeah, JDG has a history of a loss from the Weibo, and Weibo could use that, leverage that chance even with the nerfs on Nautilus, they're confident that they would be able to pull that off. And that just says how confident they can take on JDG, and they're not even afraid of any changes that they got from the past times. So this is going to be it. But if you're going to be asking me, who am I going to be favoring when it comes to the champions themselves, I think I'm going to be favoring JDG a lot more, just because it's way more pronounced. What you want to do with this composition is, you can see it. You can see what they want to do here with this composition. On the other hand, on the other side, they do have a lot of dive potential, but do they have enough of that CC to actually make these damages work?
It's actually much better. A big improvement towards the last draft that they actually had against this one of Weibo Gaming. Because the last time they actually picked up a Zed, which, you know, we do see kind of like a 50-50 in terms of win it, and the Riven is actually a much better champion to use against this lineup of Weibo Gaming. So I'm going to have your back on this side selection as well. I am banking on JDG's lineup too, but I am still going to be recognizing the threat that Weibo Gaming possess in this particular game. They have history with this kind of composition, and they have the stats to back it up in terms of win against JDG.
Yeah, and they know how to play against JDG, but with the Nautilus, I haven't... Honestly, not a lot of successes has been found by APAC during the past time that we saw it. But on the side of WRL, that might be a bit different for WBG. I hope that they can make this work. I really want to see that Nautilus pop off. And from what we're seeing, the top lane might be in danger.
Much danger so far. I mean, they're just waiting for once to go there. But even so, I mean, since you do have the Nautilus of a fan readily guarding that area, it's gonna be very difficult to interfere. But
oh, they're gonna go
flash.
for a fight here though. Sani can be the target, but they're gonna be going for the flash. Nice dodge from the side of JDG, and that's not gonna be continuing into a big fight.
But 2 flashes burned already just in one gank of fan. So in terms of mobility for escaping, it's already denied here for 2 champions of JDG.
Yeah, just one fell swoop just forced them to use the flash. And that is the power of the Nautilus right here on this game. And we're going to be seeing it a lot more, because with a dredge line hitting you, you're kind of afraid. When a dredge line hits you and you get to half HP just because of that, that's going to be something that you're going to be afraid of. Especially that Fan is going to be building a lot of AP here.
And the amount of crowd control actually present in this lineup of Weibo Gaming is really high. Every single champion has crowd control, and they can use it against JDG. So eyes on them later on, and also on JDG and how they are going to be responding to it. Because yeah, they do have disengage with the Crescent Guard from once, and also the Cask from the Gragas. But if Weibo Gaming can actually time themselves perfectly, especially in the layering of CC, it's going to be problematic for JDG.
Yeah. Sani starting the fight. This is what you don't really like when you see a Camille on the other side. Weibo Gaming with Byck. This is just going to be something that they going to be challenging for JDG, because on the earlier stages, Hextech Ultimatum could potentially end them. Look at that. Body Slam is going to be able to hit. They have the Blade of the Exile happening. They do have some damage. Broken Wings not available. That's why they're not continuing the fight. They have the Ignite ticking on the head of Byck. Wind Slash is not going to be enough to actually take the kill for them sides. They still have the Nautilus coming out. They still have the time here. Hextech Ultimatum not going to be available, but Wakeup is here to go for the knock up, and that is not going to be a fight that they want to take. The Sani is going to be backing away.
Yeah, good job here by Weibo Gaming, just holding on the fort. And it's actually quite unfortunate there for both Doki and Sani, because they didn't possess the flash at the time, so they couldn't really close in the distance if they want to, in terms of landing those perfect angles against Byck and Wakeup. And the knockup as well of the Alistar is just so irritating, interrupting any sort of engage. And that's the thing. That's what the Weibo Gaming wants to have. Especially when the team fights occur in a 5v5 setup. This composition really strives in that kind of scenario, in which a lot of space will be given towards Cheese Varus, and Face Yone will be eyeing in going in alongside these other frontline champions.
Yeah. And for now, for Jiujiu in the mid lane, once they rotate around this is a much more classic rotation from both of these teams. They went for the bot lane. Oh, what a great hold. On the air, Fan was able to get that hit, and WBG gets the first blood.
Awesome setup. Top lane though, Hex.
Ultimatum, flash happen. Do have a lot of damage. Precision protocol is at the ready. No hook shots for BYCK. And this is gonna be the next fight. Infernal Drake is available once he's here to go for the fight, but Wakeup is there. Might be able to get one, but he was body slammed away. Wakeup right here, timing for once. He was able to get it, and will be able to get the steal once. It's not enough, because that's gonna be twice in a row for his hand, and he was able to get that steal for once.
A kill and a steal? JD Gaming are throwing back the punches despite the proactive play there of Weibo Gaming. Was so unfortunate that, you know, despite the efforts there of Wakeup, he couldn't really stop once getting inside that dragon pit, and that allowed to JD
lane.
Gaming and securing that objective. Ooh, top lane indeed. Byck has to fall back.
Yeah. This is JDG. This is gonna be one of the challenges here for them. Look at how they did this.
Yeah, a knock up by Wakeup. It was really good early time, but once it just had the opportunity again to flash inside the dragon pit, Wakeup as well as his unbreakable will expired. It was so unfortunate. Now the group
damage right there on Wakeup onto the back line, and JDG is gonna be starting the fight. They do have the ultimate coming. Fan is gonna fall down. No more smite for them, but once it's also gonna fall together on the battle. The war is not yet done because they're still gonna continue. One arrow on the head is enough to get the headshot onto JDG, and they lost a lot of members. It's still a 3v4. Feibai is still alive. Doesn't have the ultimate to work with. But this is going to be the chance for Weibo to actually go for the fight. No smites on both sides. They need to be careful in how they start this. Wakeup going to go for the knock up onto the back side. And Doki is going to be the target, but Weibo is still able to win that fight.
Massive impact with a chain of corruption coming in from Chase, stopping the entry and the exit as well of JD Gaming just because of that. Here we see Wakeup, you know, having to have a low HP. But as Chi gets inside the vicinity, we saw that impact, and just Weibo Gaming going in once again because they know the members of JDG are trapped. Jiujiu tried to do some damage, but despite all that effort, you know, it was just not enough. And it allowed Weibo Gaming to at least tie up the objective scoreline.
Yeah, Fei and Fan have been really strong lately during the fights that we've seen there. And really good element to see is that JDG with Jiujiu being a very great menace when it comes to these big fights. The reason why they lost their jungle pretty easily there was because Jiujiu was there in the area. And now with another Sleepy Trouble Bubble, they can start another fight. Explosive cast to the body slam, but Wakeup is really tanky, forcing the ultimate to actually be popped. The Unbreakable Will is now down for their side.
Yeah, that's such huge durability. 60% damage mitigated when you have the Unbreakable Will. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Sani
One
is
more shot
very low.
from Bryden Sika. They can go for a fight here if ever wants to. Even under the turret, they would be able to get the win there. Damage has been set. They have the extra ultimatum to actually work with. If ever he would be able to deal more damage, Hookshot is available. He can go in. Flash happening. Hextech ultimatum is going to be there, but there's no true damage happening. The flash from Sani was a mistake. And Biden Seiko was able to get the win.
Unfortunate, I think it dragged Byck a little too far from the tower. Could have gotten the outplay, but that time was just so unfortunate. And now, Weibo Gaming has gotten not only the kill, but also a tower in top lane, helping them have a much more stable gold lead. 2.5, almost 3,000 actually, against JDG. And we are seeing a much more stable execution and performance coming in from Weibo Gaming so far. Despite the efforts of JDG getting those pick-offs, the durability of the champions is such a big factor here, especially the support side. You know, Wakeup getting the vision, but whenever he gets caught by Doki or the other members of JDG, he just has to do one thing: pop in that Unbreakable Will.
What I like about Weibo though is the way they play around the map. Once they open up a bit, they are going to be finding fights, and that's why they're sticking together every time. Feibai having 1v1 with Fei. Not going to continue to fight anytime soon. 30 seconds on the clock. We do have the Ocean Drake coming in. So that is what we're waiting for.
Oh, huge damage though with a Alistar. That's going to be felt later on. Ooh. Unfortunate timing of the cast, but if Byck was a little closer towards Jiujiu and Doki, might have been taken down there. Those are chances that these teams take whenever they do find the opportunity to do so. It's one of the things that I actually respect towards the CN Conference teams, because they not only try to find ways, they force out and orchestrate the ways that they can actually gain leverage. Every single time their abilities are open for use.
Yeah, this is what's hard when you're fighting against a Zoe, right? Because when you're trying to take space, and when you get hit by a Slippy Trouble Bubble, you have nothing to do against it. Which is why Weibo is playing it safely. They can't play it as aggressive as they expect, just because of the presence of Jiujiu. Now, Weibo starting the Ocean Drake really early. Remember, Once was able to get the steal a while ago, so they're kind of afraid to actually just finish this overball. Now they have the ultimate Unbreakable Will is going to be used. Once is already here, doesn't have enough damage. He might not be able to get the steal, but he was able to in the end. That's going to be perfect. Fan falls down. Fate steals on the tree! Perfect timing onto the side of Weibo. They're going to be starting all over the members right here. They're racing after them. They fell, and they still survived with a 2v3. It's still a win for the side of JDG because they got the dragon.
Yeah. They had to give a couple of casualties, unfortunately, but still manages to...
What?
Unfortunate! Oh, Jiujiu still got a better hand of it.
Wakeup.
Now it's much beneficial for them. Oh, nice dodge,
great dodge. He's able to get the flash in. Sneaky Trouble Bubble is here. Just gonna get the damage. But Jiujiu might have another bubble at the ready. Paddlestar's gonna come in. And, wow. Great sniper on the side of JDG.
Nice dodge by Wakeup, but it was just much more utilized by Jiujiu in that sense. Cast gonna be used to force Byck out away from this RH. Wow. Everything now being turned around here by JDG. The lead in terms of gold that Weibo Gaming has been building earlier is slowly being denied now. And this is how it happened, you know?
Yeah.
JDG separated them with the cask of Doki. The Fate Shield was on point, catching 4 people, and followed up by Byck's, tactical sweep. But as the fight went out, Weibo Gaming, I think they wanted to get more kills since they lost the dragon, but it only turned into a bad case for them, especially with Jiujiu getting that outplay against Fei and against Wakeup.
Yeah, they need to be afraid here for Weibo. The start of the fight was really great for Weibo, but as long as the game goes, JDG would have a bit of an advantage here just because of the fact that Jiujiu would be a lot more scarier compared to Chi. So Weibo needs to be careful on how they approach these next fights that are going to happen. Even if they have an insurance to the late game, they have the Yone. It's still not going to be enough to actually just turn things around in their favor just because of the fact that once they get one Slippy Trouble Bubble in, that could be the end of anybody on the side of WBG.
And WBG recognizes that threat. They're trying to play it a lot more safer this time.
Oh.
But a lot of traps are still present for JDG. The Sleepy Trouble Bubbles are starting to become a problem here for Weibo Gaming. Now with the double objectives that they have taken, they have the opportunity to push other towers here. Starting from the top lane, Byck tried to stop them, but to no avail. And even if they're trying to group up towards top, JDG might actually be able to follow up. They go
from Wakeup. Really good start though. We have the explosive cast actually to the Sleeping Trouble Bubble. That's a dead man. Fan was able to survive. It's a good thing he had the flash there. But I thought that could have been a chance there for them to actually end the members, the turnaround from JDG.
Yeah, same. Weibo Gaming had the opportunity to initiate that fight, but JDG had the angle to counteract. And Weibo Gaming recognized that, so they backed away. Now though, Jiujiu is in a tough spot, but was able to stay golden to avoid some of the damage there by Byck. So fortunately, he will be able to stay alive. And we do see an equal amount of battle between these two teams. We have anticipated this in the series, but it's also quite interesting to see it happening within the game itself. No matter how many fights we do see across the map, the goal lead stays the same, and it makes us really wonder who has the edge here in this game, because either way, it seems like a 50-50.
Yeah. Right now, I can believe that with the amount of towers that they have been taken a while ago, I can see that this is going to be very favorable to the side of Weibo. As long as Fei gets a lot more items compared to the members right here of JDG, it's going to be a win for them. Because so as long as the game slows down, this is going to be going in favor of Weibo. So JDG needs to be careful. They need to start fights, especially on this big objectives, because they might lose their flair later on.
Oh, definitely. Weibo Gaming just trying to play it slow as in the meantime. They have the front lines, they have the piercing damage, they have the interruptions with the crowd controls, but JDG has the burst, and whenever Weibo Gaming gives them a window of opportunity, they take it without hesitations. Now, in terms of windows of opportunity, the Dragon's about to spawn up in the next 10 seconds. Weibo Gaming wants to finally take a Dragon for themselves, because for the longest time, twice already, once has been able to those objectives out. And
knock-up happened. Stasis is going to be there. No follow-ups whatsoever from Weibo. They're not going to start it still. They can still go in if ever they wanted. They have the spacing right now. They were able to get one, though. They were pushed back,
damage.
But there's still a chance for once to just fall down right here. Was able to go for the flash phase. He's going to do perfect timing again for Weibo. And that's going to start it all off, racing after the members right here of JDG. But they're not going to lose Feibai in the process. But what's a good thing here is the Mountain Drake is for there.
Oh, definitely. The timing was perfect for Weibo Gaming. Almost got turned around, especially with the stasis enchantments that JD Gaming had in that fight, you know, delaying the casualties for them, and also the free hitting of Jiujiu with those battle stars. They almost turned it around, but Weibo Gaming stayed strong in that, and they allowed them to actually get this Mountain Dragon. Here's how it started. Actually, the Hextech Ultimatum almost allowed them to secure the kill onto once, but a Fate Sealed was just so massive in terms of impact. Oh, hold on.
Okay, there's another fight happening. The Once just fell down, and no answer whatsoever from the side of WBG, or rather JDG. They lost two members just like that. And Weibo could potentially start anything here. Sleepy Trouble Bubble gonna come in. They have a lot of damage to work with, but Byck still alive. And JDG still looking for opportunities for a fight. Have a lot of tanky members. It's not going to be an easy fight for them. Hookshot's going to happen for Byck. They can go for another one here. Battlestar's going to be hitting. Wakeup going to be the target. What a great way to pull him back to the team. I think Jiujiu is dead, but there's soon flashes on his hands. And he still survived. Oh. Supposed to be Wakeup.
Wow.
What a monster this Alistar is.
Yeah, this is the strength here of Weibo Gaming. JDG wants to penetrate them, but they're not being allowed to do so. But one thing's good here, though, on the side of JD Game, they prevented Weibo Gaming from actually securing or starting this Baron up. And that's their primary goal, since they lost once in the team fight earlier when we saw that replay. So their primary goal is just to deny Weibo Gaming from securing that Baron. And just try to reset once again, because their win condition is through the pokes of Jiujiu and the burst coming through from Feibai and Sani. So if they get an angle towards Weibo Gaming and catch him off guard, maybe through the timings as well, as Wakeup will have to use his Unbreakable Will, and those are the opportunities that JDG are going to be looking for.
Yeah, when it comes to kills, Weibo, especially with Fei on their side, it's easy to say that this team is on an advantage just because of the fact that they have the Fate Seal from Fei, and those Fate Seals has always been hitting the right mark every time, and JDG hasn't reacted just yet. I'm not sure why, but it has happened time and time again, and Fei has been able to get away with it a lot of times now. So they need to be careful on how this next fights are gonna go, because one Fate Sealed could end their game.
Oh yeah, and earlier we saw Fei, you know, landing a 4-man Fate Seal a while ago. The execution damage wasn't enough, especially with the lineup that they had. But if they do it right now, maybe they have a much much better fighting chance. And look at the goldie. Now this time it's turning towards Weibo's favor.
Oh,
The
knock
knockoff!
off onto 2. Fate still gonna be able to hit onto 1, but he's so tanky. Once still survives. No follow-up onto the side of WBG. So that's a good burn of almost all of their resources. Right now,
Ooh.
Fan needs to be careful. It's a good thing he has a dredge line. Could have been a kill for Doki there.
2 abilities, 1/3 of the HP remaining towards the jungler. But topside Sani almost dying there. Ooh, okay.
Still has a hookshot to work with. Sani needs to back away from this. That 1v1 is not in his favor, for sure.
And that will give the opportunity for Weibo Gaming to actually pressure top lane even more. Feibai goes towards top to try and contest the Camille. This gives opportunity for Weibo Gaming to start this Elder.
Fate Seal might be available already for WBG, so they need to be careful how they start this. This might be as a stall that we've seen from game 1, but they want to go for a fight here. With Feibai onto the top side, Byck is still a massive threat for them. They need to start this as fast as they could. JDG having some problems. A lot of them have high HP. Sleepy Trouble Bubble is able to hit on the fan, but it's not going to be enough. Inhibitor Turret is down top side. And this is going to force JDG to react. And what are they going to do? Because they're losing a lot of space here.
Yeah, the pressure being built there by Byck onto the top side, and Weibo Gaming eyeing on committing towards the fight. They just want... They can actually do 2 things. They can either, commit onto the Elder Dragon, but they can also win a team fight given the amount of pressure that Byck is actually doing towards top side. Forcing Feibai to commit to him since he does win against Sani. And this is looking so bad for JDG.
Damage not enough. JDG. Weibo was able to back away already. Are they going to be able to start this? They're already starting. JDG right there is not going to be able to hit one. Fate Seal will be able to die and not even able to use Explosive Gas. But the backline, Sani is looking for Chi. He might be able to take this one down, but he won't be able to. He survives for so long. And the members right here of JDG are struggling to actually commit into anything. They won't be able to get this if ever. This is going to be the chance, but they still got the Elder at the end. And JDG... Nerves of steel, and they are surviving for so long. They still have 3 people who have the Elder Dragon, and they can go for this next fight in the Baron.
They only lost 2 people in that fight. Got one and took the Elder right at Weibo Gaming's faces. Oh my one. Oh, JDG, they just love stealing these objectives against Weibo Gaming. This is the 3rd dragon that they have stolen, especially thanks to ones. And that's gonna be a problem here for Weibo Gaming. Here's how it started. I mean, same setup by Weibo Gaming. Nice backline threat by Sani, but she was still able to survive, landing that piercing arrow and stays alive with 1 HP remaining. But still, the pressure coming in, especially with the paddle stars of Jiujiu, and them being able to secure it basically because of ones was just too pristine. Down the mid lane though.
Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Guardian Angel is gonna be popped. He might not be able to get away from this. Another body slam to the Elder Dragon. And that's going to be the knock up right there onto their side. This might be the chance for JDG to end this 4v5. Not a fight that they want to go for. Body slam must use. Chain of Corruption is not going to hit. And this WBG is struggling because they know the amount of damage that Jiujiu has. And whenever an Elder Dragon pump Zoe is going to be hitting you, you might die. Just like that.
Oh, they want to get this Baron right now. They are very confident with a smite here.
Go for a try. Fate Seal not going to be able to hit, and that's going to be the Dragon. The Baron onto their side already. WBG not even able to actually do anything because of that. And that's another objective to the side of JDG.
They get the steal onto the Elder Dragon, transition it into a free taking of this Baron as well. Such proactivity and efficiency in terms of the cover of JDG. Now they have the double buff. Now they can fully commit onto the team fight against Weibo Gaming. This is not looking good for WBG at all. Jiujiu now has immense damage. Feibai is here right now with them, and Once has been very consistent and the stable pillar of the team of JDG.
Yeah, was able to get 1 Sleepy Trouble Bubble in. JDG wants to start this. They have the Baron. They have all the advantage against Weibo. They are on a disadvantage. They are on the back pedal since a while, but now they're coming back. They want some revenge. They want some battles against Weibo. Topside is going to be the next target here. Want to go for a fight with JDG, or rather Weibo wasn't able to find any of their spaces Jiujiu is going to be their main target here. But so far, their crosshairs are tight. They can't even get close. They are feeling the pressure. Because of this Baron, they're getting pushed. They think about this once. It's going to be the target right here onto the back line. But Sani was able to get one. Right now, they are going to be pushed back. They are on the delivery. They have the explosive gas to push them back. And this is going to be the Weibo trying their best to do something. But they can't do anything against the pressure from JDG.
Oh,
they lost. And
clean.
all of them survived in the end. An ace for JDG. And they got the win in the end there.
Such a clean performance coming in from JD Gaming, especially at the very end. Definitely such a strong performance as well by Once. Not only did he find a way to get the dragon once, not twice, but thrice. Even getting that Elder Dragon